Ho, 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 happy holidays, and welcome to another episode of Smoochietown. And as you can see, I'm wearing a pretty cool sweatshirt here. It reads, Santa Claus is real and he tried to eat my ass. That is true. Santa Claus is my ex-girlfriend. Kidding. She is a ho, 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 though. So before we get to our amazing guest, he's tall. He's super funny looking, and my producer almost spilt the entire energy drink I gave her.
What a stupid idiot.
What a stupid idiot. Oh, you maybe you could hear his voice. We're going to get to the smooch of the week. The smooch of the week, and I got a good one for you. So I left Barney's Beanery the other night, Thanksgiving Eve, solo dolo, as I do per usual, you know. I don't like to shit where I eat. I get home, I get a little DM request, which means I didn't follow her. Power move. She was like, what are you doing? I'm leaving Warwick. Are you up to anything? I'm with a friend. Do you have a friend for my friend? And I was like, I have a couch. So they end up coming over. And on the way here, I was tracking them because I called the Uber because I'm a gentleman. My power went out. True story, my power went out. So I'm starting to light candles, which I was going to do anyways. And they come. They sit down on the floor. They're into it. We're smoking weed. We're watching 13 Going on 30 on my MacBook. Great movie. I think Jennifer Garner stars in that bad boy. And then every time one of them went to the bathroom, I brought the other to a little Smoochietown action. And after 3 or 4 trips, the girl that was supposed to sleep on the couch knocks on the door of the bedroom and goes, hey, I hear you guys. Can we all just go to Smoochietown? And guess what? I had my first threesome Smoochietown. That's the smooch of the week. First one ever, at least with 2 girls. It's true. I'm excited for this one, guys. He's a tall actor. He's a tall comedian. He's an absolute firecracker. It's Jeff Dye.
Thank you, thank you.
What's up, buddy?
What you've done with the place.
What's up? Thank you.
I'm gonna get you a new Teddy Bruschi autograph. This thing's faded.
That thing is not faded.
The autograph's a little faded.
Because it's not real.
You signed it with. Oh, it's not real. How did just the autograph fade then? That's strange.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
What do we open the podcast with? You just bragging about how good your sex life is? This is insane. I was like, this ought to be. He's gonna fumble it. You know, they're gonna be like, "Were you kissing my friend when I was in the bathroom? You piece of shit." But no. Then they're both just like, "We both want you. We're both hot. Let's all fuck." What world is this?
It was my first threesome.
I know. I'm very impressed.
Have you ever had one?
I don't know if people are gonna listen to this and just be like, "Well, I'm turning this off. I'm jealous."
Have you ever had a threesome?
No.
In your life, you never had one?
Never had one.
Really?
I had a church version of one. Like when I was a youth pastor. I used to be like a youth pastor guy. That's a long time ago.
Before, with the priest?
Yeah, before comedy. No, before comedy. And there was 2 girls that I was flirting with at Red Robin. And,
oh God, the gourmet there, huh?
Yeah, dude, bottomless fries, dude. So I brought somehow the scenario happened where like my friends and these 2 girls were like at the house that I was living at the time. And then all my friends one by one just like left or went to bed, and I was with 2 of them, and I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna happen, dude. This is gonna be awesome. We watched Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, with Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Owen Wilson?
And then basically I just kissed both of them a bunch. But that was it. It was literally just Smoochietown.
You brought them to Smoochietown?
Yeah, it wasn't sex, or they didn't touch my cock or anything.
Really?
Just kissing.
All
so
right.
I've had like a very
PG version.
PG threesome. Okay. But I don't think that counts.
Would you want one?
Guys do that, like Diplo does that every night, like just on stage.
With guys? With guys though.
I don't know.
Right? He's kind of gay.
I thought he bangs a bunch of hoes.
I mean, maybe both.
Does he? I don't really know much about Diplo.
All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Why are you obsessed with Bigfoot?
Oh, dude, he's so fascinating.
Is it because you look like him?
No, but I'm flattered to hear that. This makes me real happy to be compared to a Bigfoot.
That's crazy.
Well, do you not think Bigfoot's real?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. You do?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where are you from?
There's hundreds of them. Thousands of them.
No, shut up.
Yeah. It's like a whole monkey that just lives in the woods. That's all it is.
No, I don't. Where? What woods? What woods?
Everywhere. There's a lot of woods. The world's covered in woods.
Yeah, but what part of the woods are you from?
Do you know how many millions of people go missing every year in the woods? Those are people trying to be found, going, help, I just came out here because I thought it'd be cool to cut weed for a cartel, thinking I'd just listen to hip-hop and meet other weed cutters. And then they learned, hey, why pay me money when they can just kill me and leave me in the woods?
That's fair.
Yeah. Those people are trying to be found and get lost, let alone some monkey trying to not be found.
So you think Bigfoot is responsible for all the going aways?
No, I'm just saying the humans go missing. It's pretty easy to hide if you're a Bigfoot not trying to be seen.
All right, follow-up question. What's up with you with crazy people? Why do they fascinate you?
Because they're more interesting than people that have their shit together.
When was the last interaction with a crazy individual? What's the most craziest interaction you had with a crazy person?
Well, one of my favorite interactions is my buddy Randy was going through a divorce.
That's nuts.
Well, it gets better. He was going through a divorce, and I don't want to share too much because it's his private life, but he cheated, piece of shit. And but I don't know this lady, you know? I'm on Randy's side. I don't care. I'm loyal, dude. I don't care about his wife. I didn't even know that lady.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm trying to comfort him. I'm going, hey, you know, they hate it when you do that. You know? So we're at the Chimney Sweep in the daytime, which is this tiny little like dive bar. It has like no windows. It's the diviest dive bar in Sherman Oaks. And it's daytime, and Randy's drunk, and I'm drunk, and we're both sad, because that's what you do. If he's sad, I'm sad with him. That's a good friend. And then this crazy lady came in the door, just like a pro wrestler, just boasted up in the door, and she goes, I need a cell phone charger and a Coors Light, and I ain't got no money. We laughed so hard. I was crying. I was laughing, and it was like God saw us. It was like, these two need to be cheered up. And put this like lady in our life, and I sponsored that. I bought her Coors Lights for a good 45 minutes.
Did you give her a phone charger too?
No one had a cell phone charger for a broken in half Razor flip phone. I think she was homeless or something, but that, like, I love stuff like that. Like, who is this crazy lady just demanding things at a dive bar? I just like people that are nuts.
Nice. So how'd you get into comedy?
I was a class clown in Seattle, Washington, growing up. It's all I ever wanted to be was a comedian.
Really?
Yeah, my whole life.
Yeah, and when'd you start?
First grade.
Like professionally, like how was the come up and like so you are now, because you're a pretty famous comedian.
Well, that's nice of you. So everyone else just went on to college. And I had like, I was terrible. I got suspended like every week. My GPA had like numbers and letters in it. You know, they were like, this guy.
Wait, what were you doing?
Fucking off. I just wanted everyone to laugh. I was always doing bullshit. So like I would prank, I'd plan a prank or some sort of like way to get attention is what I should call it. Like once a week. I was planning something.
Yeah.
So like stealing shit, or like I did the morning announcements when no one asked me to do the morning announcements. I found like the code for all the phones in the school and the intercoms, and I like came up with this real like sexist kind of script, and I was like, good morning, it's time for your Jeff Dye announcements, and all the students are like, fuck yeah. And then the school's like, where is he? We gotta fight, because it was just, you could access it from any phone. And I was just like, the girls volleyball team won state this week, but who gives a shit? It's a bunch of girls, you know, just like, you know, it wasn't real brilliant stuff, you know, it was just like the best I could come up with at that age. And then I got suspended for that, or like suspended for, there was just always something I was getting in trouble for.
Yeah.
So then when all my friends and everybody that was normal went to like college and stuff, I was just sitting around going, this sucks, like what do I do now?
Yeah.
I was like playing, you know, PlayStation and just going, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. So then eventually I was like, I want to be a comedian, so I just went to Giggles Comedy Club and just did
That's what it's called?
Did the open mic. Yeah, it's gone now.
It's in Seattle?
Yeah, it's gone now, but it was like the biggest comedy club.
How was growing up there?
I grew up like in a town south of Seattle called Kent, and it was like real white trash, and it was cool. It was a cool place. Cool place to grow up.
Are you close to your family?
Not anymore. Not really. They're okay. We just don't. We're not close.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm close with my mom. I'm a mama's boy. I'm full Italian.
Does your mom listen to this podcast?
She does. I talk about her a lot. Not taking her to Smoochietown, but just like
just in general.
In general,
comes up.
Like my mom one time yelled. I went to Old Boys Catholic High School.
Yeah.
And she said, "Somebody hit somebody."
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. The football, like in the crowd.
Yeah.
And my principal told her to quiet down, and that's the last thing you do to an Italian mom.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, "Fuck you, old faggot."
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That's what he gets, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes if you're acting like an old faggot, you got to be called out. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not like that all the time, but he was being kind of a faggot.
Come on. Yeah, you can't blame him.
I like that. No, she sounds rad. So is she the type of I don't know her, so this is just my instinct is that you're like, yeah, and they kept kissing these girls one by one. You know, one would go to the bathroom, I'd kiss the other one, and then she knocked on the door. She's like, why don't you just fuck both of us, Marco? Right? And I bet your mom hears that story and she's like, that's my boy. Right? Does she get proud? Like that's
She'll
my
like
guy?
it on Facebook.
She doesn't like think like, come, why don't you meet like a nice girl?
No, she doesn't give a fuck. My mom
really?
smokes weed.
Really?
Yeah, she's dope.
Cool.
Yeah, and she's a good mom. Like, don't fuck with her kids.
She's with your dad?
No, both divorced.
She take guys to Smoochietown sometimes?
No.
She got a spin-off podcast.
She got remarried.
Okay.
Yeah, she got remarried and then brought him to Smoochietown for about 20 years with my younger sister.
You like that guy?
I do. Like a second dad. I have 3 sisters.
Oh, me too.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm the youngest. Were you the youngest?
I'm second oldest.
Yeah, being the youngest and having older sisters, you learn a lot.
But they're always like looking after you.
And it seems like you do well with the ladies, so.
I try to. I talk about it in every podcast. Like, dating in LA sucks, in my opinion. A lot of people don't beg to differ, but like the dating apps, I act too eager with girls. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a hopeless romantic, and I act too eager. Like the next day, I'll text them, be like, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" And they're like,
"Really?
Yeah,
with you?
I know, right? Because look at these legs. They are fucking freshly shaven, and that's why you never wear pants on a podcast. But with these pups, you don't let them bark.
You never wear shorts on a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's interesting. You find I would never guess that the girls are mad that you're trying to hang out with them more.
I know, it sucks. Girls, they like to chase. That is weird. They like to chase.
These might be these young girls.
See, that's the common theme I've been getting from each guest is that I've been hanging around the wrong places with the wrong.
Well, and also girls. You put that out there. You're a handsome guy who likes to go to Smoochietown and hang out. You know.
Yeah.
You're putting that out there. You're attracting those type of ladies.
Yeah.
It's not like the podcast is like, when will I find the one? Then those type of girls you'll be drawn.
Are you saying as long as I have it called Smoochietown and talk about bringing girls to Smoochietown, I'll never find someone that I want to take Smoochietown
Well, what's
forever?
going to happen? You're going to fall in love and you're going to go, this podcast, you're going to go back when I went to Smoochietown. Now I'm in love with Christina or whatever. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So I just think that's what you put up. But you're also a young guy and you're like attractive. So like it makes total sense.
Thank you. Are you hitting me?
No. Right. Just being honest.
Cool.
I have a commitment to honesty.
All right. Well, let's talk about, you mentioned Christina. There's a little beginning part of that name, Kristin.
Yeah. So my ex.
Yeah, your ex. How long did you guys date?
Not long at all. I'm starting to think it wasn't even real. This is a fucking crazy part.
If you Google that's all it is.
I know. I'm like puppy dog Jeff going like, maybe someday. Oh, maybe the timing just wasn't right, and this fucking asshole just feels free to talk shit about me to everybody in the world and be like, I didn't even fucking really like it. I was like, all right, I guess I was fucking an idiot.
No way.
Yeah, evidently that's what. I'm also coming to the sobering truth of this reality, Marco.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
How many dates did you go on? Did you live together?
We went to multiple states and countries together. But I guess I'm the jackass for thinking that there was something there. It's fucking talk about getting stabbed in the fucking back. Like, you know, you go like, because usually it's the opposite, you know, like some guy is not emotionally available and some guy is in denial and some guy has commitment issues. It was a total fucking alpha flip on me.
Yeah,
like
were you
just
about
being
to
like
your life.
Well, in my mind, I'm like going like, I really like her.
Yeah,
this is great. This is fucking fun. And then just like texting too much and I need distance. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? All right,
that's what she was saying.
That's my point.
That's me. That's me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm you with every girl.
Every other woman in my life, and like we could do the homework on this, would like, this sounds so douchey, but it's at least every woman I've ever dated would be like over the moon if I was like, let's go to a movie, or like, let's get lunch.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I'm getting feelings for you, or hey, like, I'd really like to be exclusive with you. Every girl I've ever been with except her, I fell in love with a fucking pet. Actually, that's not fair. She's not a.
So you
can't throw that around. That's like one in a billion. Nah, you can't throw that around. That's what like murderers are.
So
she's just too in love with.
It's the chase. It's the chase. It was just like what I was talking about. Once she had
the chase was pretty easy. I immediately DM'd her and was like, yeah, well, let's be together.
Oh, you slid into her DMs?
Yeah, I asked her if she'd be on my podcast, which I gave zero fucks about her being on my podcast. I just thought she was gorgeous. Actually, it's kind of interesting how we met. I was with a girl for a little while during like COVID, because, you know, it was like lockdown time. but it wasn't like that serious. Like I really liked her, but it wasn't like I was a commitment-y issue guy. And then she was like telling a story about her. She goes, Kristin Cavallari. And I go, I don't know who that is. And it's like me and all my boys in my kitchen. And she goes, yeah, Kristin Cavallari. And I go, I don't know who that is. She goes, you know who it is. And I go, I don't watch any of the bullshit you watch. I don't know who it is. And it's also, no one cares. Just tell the story.
Yeah.
We don't need to know who she is for this story. Just tell the story.
Yeah.
I get crazy about that. I think it's because we're comedians. Like, if you're telling a long or unnecessary part of the story, I lose patience.
Exactly.
It's like, trim the fat. You know, get in, get out. Where's the punchline? So, she's telling the story, and she goes, her. And she held up her phone, and it was like time stopped. I was like, I will be with that woman. To the girl that I'm like... In my mind, that's it. I'm going for that one. And literally, like the next day, I DM'd her.
Did you DM her?
I just say, hey, you know, I saw you have a cookbook coming out. If you want to be on my podcast, because I was having podcast guests every week.
That's nice.
Well, because the people want to promote things on their
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that's how it works. So she had a motive to promote her book or whatever on podcast. So, but then the next day, she just started like, yeah, I don't usually do podcasts, but I'm open to do it. And then we just started talking. It's not really that romantic of a story.
Yeah.
If you ask her, it probably didn't even fucking happen.
What state and countries did you go to, and what was your favorite?
Mexico, Florida. My two favorite countries. Florida rules, dude.
Yeah.
I love Florida.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and this is also the first time I've ever talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fucking Smoochie exclusive.
Yeah, dude, I like you. You seem like a nice guy.
Thanks, man. All right. Well... Were you a fan?
Well, that's all right. It's nice to say.
No, I appreciate it. So you have your own podcast, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, I've got a few actually. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you have one with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yep, that one's just about wrestling once a week. So if you don't like wrestling,
you big into WWE?
So I've always loved wrestling, but I don't watch it each week. He watches it all the time with his kids. He also wrote for Vince McMahon. He was in wrestling. He loved wrestling growing up. He's from Puerto Rico, which wrestling is pretty big, the luchador kind of stuff. And I know that sounds like a weird tie, but there is a tie between Puerto Rico and lucha wrestling. And so we once a week talk about that. But I don't recommend anyone listen to it if you don't like wrestling. If you like wrestling, you'll fucking love it. But like there's some girls that listen to it because they like Freddie Prinze Jr. And then they're like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Halfway through.
It's like listen, it's like two mechanics talk about engines. They're like, what? These are words I don't know.
What are your other podcasts?
The other one's Jeff Dye's Friendship, which is just where I have friends on. The only rule is you have to be my friend. And the only reason I started that podcast is because I have famous friends, right? I'm friends with like Sierra and Russell Wilson and all these like people that people would want to listen to on a podcast. But everyone's heard those stories. Yeah. Bert Kreischer's on a podcast every day. I know everything about him. So I was like, well, my buddy Davo was a cameraman for like The Bachelor for like 15 seasons. Like he's got stories. Let's hear his fucking Regular people are just as interesting, arguably more interesting than famous people.
They 100% are.
So I like to have my friends on. Who cares about the ratings? People are going to tune in because they like me. So I just have whoever my friends are. And I do have famous friends also on there. Yeah. But most importantly, just the rules, you have to be my friend.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because building my podcast, I'm on like episode 16.
Nice.
It's pretty good production, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
It looks great and stuff. But
well, as long as you enjoy doing it is how it'll be successful.
I love it. I love it.
The second you'll be in here and be like, all right, who's next? And like, then it's going to suck.
Yeah. I love it. And I want to bring my closest friends on, but I want everyone to hear those stories, and I don't have necessarily the following for it yet.
You will. Don't worry.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're right.
Guess how much having Jeff Dye is going to boost the ratings?
At least
0?
I don't know. Probably 10 people or something.
I don't know. Maybe some Kristin Cavallari fans will be.
What is she on?
Who knows what she was on?
That's fair. Can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. What's your favorite sex position?
Oh, dude, let's be honest, man. I am so conservative in the bedroom. I'm like John McCain, dude. Like, I love sex. I'm a big sex guy. Yeah. I fancy myself being good at it, but it's not wild. It's not wild at all. It's I like missionary, right? Yeah. I like her on top. I like like all the different variations of her being on top. I don't like doggy style. Hurts my cock. And I've never and am not interested in doing any butt stuff.
With her
ever.
Or with you?
What do you mean with her? I'm still talking about Kristin. He thought I was still talking about her. No, just
Like
in
you
general.
don't like a little finger in your ass?
No, I don't like any of it.
Oh, come on.
Swear to God.
Just a little. Oop,
Yeah.
grace.
One time, I won't say her name. I almost just said her name. One time, a gal I wanted to fight. I was like, "What are you doing?" It felt like an invasion. It felt like we hadn't talked about that or nothing. She just tried. She just thought, I don't know. The last guy liked it. I'll just fucking ram this up there.
Like a little 69, and then her tongue ventures.
Yeah. Well, I'm new to even like going down on women.
Bro, can I just say this? So my last ex,
I'm 40 and I'm new to doing that.
I didn't go down on a girl. I had a bad experience freshman year of high school.
Okay.
And it tasted like poopy.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it again until I was 27. My ex.
Well, that'll happen. If the first time you sucked a dick, it tasted like shit, you'd go, maybe I don't like sucking dick. You wouldn't think, maybe it's just that shit dick. No, you think it's all dicks. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just never did it because I was a church kid. So I was like very new to
Catholic school?
No, just Christian stuff growing up. But then I was a youth pastor for a long time, and I worked for Young Life and stuff like that. And so, just the idea of having sex was like, God's gonna kill us, you know. Like, then I got into sex. So when I got into sex, I'm kind of late to all what everyone's.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talked about it either. So I didn't learn like what was normal. You've had porn your whole life.
Dude, my first time watching porn, I was 13.
We had magazines, it was a bunch of wet hair. I'm going, ugh.
I was 13 on my family computer.
Yeah.
You know, when the family computer growing up?
Yeah. I have a whole bit about it.
And I searched up teenagehitchhikers.com.
Oh, man.
It was a good one. I still look it up
Seems
sometimes.
dishonest, doesn't it? I've seen so many hitchhikers in my day, and they're never...
They're never
hot.
They're never hot.
Yeah, they get real squirrely when you try to make them blow you. I was like, come on, bub, you know the rules. You've given you a ride. You want to get to Phoenix or not? No, but I mean, like, even masturbation, like, super late to the game. I remember, like I said, I was...
How are you late to the game of yourself?
So it was all sisters in my house. So there was no, like, boy shit. I never, like, had any guy stuff. That's kind of why
Me either, but I still tug my root.
Well, but I didn't know. I didn't know anyone was doing it. Like, I knew... like, none of my guy friends talked about... We never talked about...
You didn't jerk off of your friends growing up?
I'm sorry? We're learning a lot. This
like at the sleepovers, you don't like fucking race?
No, we didn't do none of that.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, is that a thing?
No.
Well, let's hear it. You brought it up. All right. So here's the thing. I had like a food fight in the cafeteria. Not a big one, but just like probably like
started jerking off.
It wasn't like it wasn't like the school movies where it's like every kid in the lunchroom is throwing, but it was about like 12 of us fucking launching food at each other.
Yeah.
And then some mayonnaise came and fucking just gooped everywhere. And so then my buddy goes, it looks like someone jizzed on you. And I was like, yeah, you'd know what jizz looks like, you know, trying to be good comeback.
Yeah.
And then Amber Shoemaker, like the hottest girl in our school, in my opinion at the time, she was like, if you don't know what jizz looks like by now, you're a fucking faggot, right? And then in my mind, I was like, I don't know what jizz looks like. I'm not a faggot. So like, and I just like, I couldn't believe, I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? So I was like Tim Robinson, like I'm all crossed up. So I just like went home, and then I was like, all right, I've seen people do this or whatever, so I'm gonna try that. And then I was like, dude, should do this all the time, this rules. And I was like, super like whatever, like couldn't believe what it felt like. Went to my buddies like, hey man, I jerked off yesterday and it was actually pretty cool. And like, yeah, we all do that. And I was like, what? No one told me you got, because they made it sound like it was gross or weird or like that no one was doing it.
Yeah.
So I was late
How
to the
old
game.
were you?
Oh, I'm telling you, dude, that was like high school.
Oh,
Swear
really?
to God. So
When'd
I
you
made
lose
it through
your virginity?
I didn't lose my virginity till I was 18.
How? When? Where?
She was this cool, by name. She's a regular person too, so I think that's probably not allowed. But she like thought I was fun. I've always been a fun guy, but I was kind of new to being attractive. I was a real late bloomer. So like I kind of like got my hair cut and I wore clothes that fit. And then all of a sudden girls were like, hey, Jeff Dye is pretty cute, which was not a thing in my school.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was like, this is new. And then this chick was like, you know, wanted to be with me or whatever. I wanted to be with her. And so, like, we became boyfriend girl. And then she came to, like, my apartment. I had, like, all these pictures of Jesus everywhere. It was probably super weird for her. Like, what the fuck? And then I was like, yeah, I've never had sex. And she's like, what? And also, like, I had not had done anything. When I say I hadn't had sex, that means no blowjobs, no hand job. I never, like, did anything.
You went fucking just from home run the first time ago.
No, because we started fooling around. Like she was like showing me all that stuff.
Oh, so you had an
I became obsessed too. I was like, it'd be like 10 p.m. at night. I'm like, hey, can I come to your parents' house? And what are you doing? Like, I was just like so,
Yeah.
like, hey, you gonna touch it again? You gonna touch my dick? I couldn't believe it. I was like, she like unleashed a monster. And then, but then I didn't want to have sex. Like I thought like that was like too far, you know, like I'd go to hell. And then one day she was just like, don't be a fucking loser. Let's just have sex. So we had sex and then I felt like tremendous amount of guilt. Turns out she was like fucking a bunch of the guys in the area. Well, she's young. In her defense, like if she ever hears this or if she ever hears someone explain it to her, like she was young. It's what young people do. It's not a big deal.
It's not your fault, Melissa Petite.
Yeah, what? No, it really isn't. And don't feel like no, because you know, it's funny because like some of her friends will like come to my comedy shows when I go back home and they'd be like, you know, Melissa really fucked up. I was like, no, she's fine. She's married with kids. Like she has a fine life. She didn't fuck up. Like.
She fucked you up.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess, but it's like that's, you know, imagine you're like, I got this new boyfriend, he won't have sex with me, and we're both like young people. Like, I was kind of the loser in my opinion. Yeah. Not to God, but
how do you meet? Not to God. How do you meet girls out here?
I do comedy shows, and then afterwards I just wait.
I'm not kidding, bro. I started like
it works.
I'm new to comedy.
After every show, I'm just refreshing my DMs.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
You like girls? Oh, I thought you meant wait. You wait. I thought you meant wait in person.
I wait in person also. Like I'll sell merch after the show, and then they'll come up and they'll be like, "Hey, you were great. Where are you guys going?" And I'll be, "Well, we're gonna go to this bar. We're gonna hang out here." So, but that works. I actually, and that might sound like, oh, what a cocky guy. He just waits. It's because I don't have game. I don't know how to just go up to a chick and be like, "So, I noticed you standing with you and your friends." Like that's like I don't have that gear. Yeah. If I like a gal, like one, I'll go up and be like, hey, my name's Jeff, and just talk to her. Like, I'm good at that way. Yeah. But, like, after a comedy show, when they're, like, there with all their friends and, like, that's kind of a lot. Yeah. So you just kind of hope that they have any interest in me by, you know, the social media world.
I do drive-bys at the bar. What's that? I have, like, a group of girls.
You and your gang friends? You and all your black buddies get in a car and shoot bullets at the building?
No, like, can you do me a favor and
different kind of drive-by?
Can you do me a favor and stop looking so pretty?
Oh, I like that.
And then just walk away.
I like that stuff.
Yeah.
Does it work?
No.
I mean,
it doesn't? No, it does not.
It must work sometimes.
No, it works for the night, and then it's like, I get their number, and then they don't go to Laura Hardware with me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you have any trouble in this department.
I know. Right?
Yeah, because you know the whole battle with women? The entire battle is confidence. Just being yourself and being an unapologetic man.
And don't care.
But then the other 1% breaks off into looks, dress, career, like that. And that's the 1%.
No,
we're breaking that 1% into all those.
Most is career and money out here.
No. Still in the 1%.
Girls want an older, successful guy.
They want a guy who has his shit together. That doesn't mean you need a nice car. It means clean your fucking car. It doesn't mean you need a big-ass dope house. It means be responsible with your house. Like your place.
What am I doing wrong then?
Nothing. That's my point. That's why I'm having trouble understanding what these stories that you're telling. Because it makes it because you have confidence and you're a good-looking guy. I think it's just age. I think you're just kind of putting out there that you want hookups. That's what you're putting out. You got a hookup vibe. But that's okay. You're young. You could be a hookup vibe guy.
A Smoochietown vibe.
Yeah.
I
can't be a hookup guy anymore. I'm 40 years old.
You don't look.
I also don't want to be a hookup guy.
You look my age.
That's
nice. I would have guessed like low 30s.
Yeah.
Like
I'm 40.
Yeah.
It's all face cream and Axe body spray.
Axe bods.
That's not true.
Yeah. I like Aqua de Gio or Santal.
I don't know. These are the colognes. Oh, I use Ted Baker and then I have a
Hugo Boss, just like your shirt.
Oh no, what's the one? Fuck. There's one that I only use when I work out.
Why so?
Because it's cheap. It's a cheap.
Oh, David off Cool Water.
It's Cool Water, yeah, dude. You know what's funny is one time, this is gonna sound like I'm name dropping, but it's actually embarrassing. So fuck you if you think I'm name dropping. We were at I have a residency in Vegas at the Cosmo for comedy. Jeff Dye and Friends, come check it out.
Sick.
And so because of the residency, you know, the guy who runs the thing, he's got a whole night planned for you. He's like, we're gonna go to Hakkasan, then I'm gonna take you to here, then we're gonna get, and then the morning we got a pool thing, and then we're gonna take you to Egg Slut VIP for all this. You know, it's very cool. So because of that, they're taking all these kind of exclusive things. Sometimes people will try to hook on, like, oh, I'm with this group. You know, some skanks that want to just be part of the whatever. And sometimes dudes, but you're like, why is that guy's not with us? You know, get him out of here. But one of the times that guy was Flava Flav.
What?
And even though we knew he wasn't in the group, and he knew we knew, we're like, we're not gonna tell Flavor Flav to fuck off. Like now, Flavor Flav's in the group.
Yeah.
And he was alone. He was just like rolling with us, like, yeah, you guys are hilarious, right? But he wasn't at the comedy show. He just knew these, you know, dorky white rubes weren't gonna like make him leave. So he's just rolling with us, and he goes, yo, what's that smell? And then I go, dude, and I wasn't, but I was like, all I wear is Cool Water, dog. And he was like, Cool Water, like he went crazy, like he thought I was like the fucking most down to earth guy because I was wearing Cool Water.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Flavor? How does it even fucking happen?
I don't know. He was just in Vegas and saw us.
So would you rather date a famous girl or a normal girl?
I'd rather date a normal girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like famous girls. It ends up that way because that's kind of how our industries collide. And also, like, what I do like about a famous woman is they have their shit together.
Yeah.
Every woman that I've been with, a playmate, you know, a reality star, and then I was with a pro wrestler also once. So those are successful women in their fields. What I like is that they have their own money. I like that they have their own schedule. I like that they have their own career. What comes with those three variables is that they have their own identity. That's a big deal. Like having your own identity. Your identity isn't you and your girls getting brunch and gossiping about, but you know, it's like she's like, I'm a wrestler. I was like, oh, that's cool. She has goals in that thing. So yeah, I like a woman that she has a thing.
Do you like living in LA? And do you think it's tough to find a good girl here rather than back in like Kent?
No. Why do you think that? Because you earlier said it's hard to date in LA. But
yeah.
What makes you think that?
It's just everyone's out. They'll ask you what you do before how you're doing, and if you're not at a level, yeah, because I am chasing my goals and stuff, but I do want to settle down and have a partner. Okay,
but you are a comedian.
Yeah,
and you were on these shows.
Yeah,
so that's fine. That's who you are.
Yeah, but like
there's a better way than being like, what do you eat? What are they supposed to ask? They want to know you.
Yeah, but they're looking for like, what can I provide? Essentially, my ex.
Don't you think you're cool because you're a comedian and you've been on shows? Yeah. So do they. That's what they think you're cool. We think you're cool. So it's okay.
No, my ex fucked me up because
like, she's like, what do you do? And you're like, I work at Arby's. She's like, she should move on.
Yeah,
she's not wrong for not want to date an Arby's guy.
But so my ex, quick story. She was 32. I'm 28 now. And she thought a 4-year age gap was different. She couldn't get over that hunch, and that like I couldn't do kids right now. I could do marriage. I saw that with her. I really did.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then she was like, I have no time to waste, this and that. And I was like, okay then.
Yes, you do.
And then she fucking dated Jeremy Piven right after me, who's almost 60 years old. Well, so that just gave me closure of like
how long did they date? A week?
Yeah, exactly.
So was it dating?
No, so she has no time to waste, but she's doing that. So she was after. That gave me closure of like what she was after.
Yeah.
And thinking that he was gonna settle down, and I should not feel like I felt like I'm not enough.
Yeah. Well, that sucks that she made you feel that way. It's that's another reason I don't date or I don't go on dates at all.
You went on one this morning, though, right?
Yeah, and this is the first one in years since my ex.
Really?
Yeah, and but I thought about it as I was talking to this girl on the date, that like the reason I don't like going is because let's say tomorrow I fall off the wagon and I get arrested for some crazy thing or accidentally kill somebody or you know fucking whatever happens to me, like if it's terrible, hits the tabloids, Jeff Dye kills someone in car accident, fucking goes to prison. She'll forever be able to be like, I went on a date with that guy once, right? Yeah. And then also
that's why.
Also, if tomorrow shit breaks, you know, and I become the most famous comedian in the world and I'm getting movie deals and I'm Mr. Richie Rich, she's forever gonna be like, I actually went on a date with him. Like, I don't like that everyone has this piece of you. And so I'm very, very, very particular about giving that to anyone.
Giving your time?
Yes, because even tomorrow, if you hear something about me, it relies on this. Well, I just had him on my podcast. He was actually a really nice guy. But if it's bad, you go, he's kind of a scumbag. You know, I met him like he was on my podcast. Everyone gets this little piece. And every time you fuck someone, every time you kiss someone, every time you hang out with someone, there's this little piece of you that everyone holds on to. And that's the worst part about being famous.
Yeah. You're close with your circle. And
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very particular about every exchange I have, every moment I offer someone.
Yeah.
Because people are weird about it.
I totally agree.
And it's really unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I get a DUI and the whole world thinks they get to have an opinion about it. Well, fuck you. I'm not perfect. I fuck up. You know, we're humans. But like because I'm on a show, everyone gets to have a take.
Yeah.
Which is another reason I wish that Kristin wasn't famous. Our relationship would have been way better if she wasn't fucking Hollywood. Or like if you just date regular people. They get to have secrets. And you get to go, you know, you get to like have a divorce and nobody comments on it.
Yeah.
You know, like these poor people, like everyone thinks like, well, they signed up for it. No, they didn't. You're just like a hot guy who's funny and you want people to see that and you want to make people laugh. But now, because of that, they're going to go, well, if he didn't want me commenting on his dating life, then he's shutting it in on a dating show. It's like, go fuck yourself. You're some Walmart employee who lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You get to judge this guy because he's hotter than your fucking ugly boyfriend. It's not fair. It's like a really unfair like thing, in my opinion. But that's why regular people are more enjoyable to date, for sure.
Well, that's why regular people, like people from the Midwest and such, they enjoy reality shows because they have nothing better to do in their own lives. They want to see other people go through drama and judge them for it. Yeah,
the judgment is the key part. I don't know if they don't have anything better going in their life, but it's that they don't feel guilty about judging it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, thank you for that. Yeah. So why, may I ask, why did you come on here? I know, just because I'm an absolute specimen, but like, why, I'm kidding.
You seem nice, and I love comedians.
Thank you.
Most of my interactions in life are with other comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like you crush it at the Improv.
I think we're better people.
I think we're just
to hang out with.
Oh, for sure.
We're way better to hang out with. I literally saw a woman walking down the street. This has happened in the year 2001. Saw this woman walking down the street. She's super hot, and all my guy friends are just being uncreative pigs. You know, oh, look at her, and then, you know, nothing funny. You know, and then I go, man, I'd love to take her home and put a baby inside her and then kill it before it comes out. You know. And my buddy Mike Roy, who's still one of my best friends to this day, he goes, hey man, that's really fucked up. Like he couldn't believe that I said it. I'm like, we're all like hormonal little raging with sexuality pigs at age 18 and that was too far. But like when you hang out with comics, we could say anything. Yeah. You could say anything you want. And even if it is too far, your buddies go, he was just going for a laugh. Yeah, like it's never too far.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just fun, and that freedom to be around all comics all the time is one of my favorite things. I don't like Nikki Glaser anymore. I am not her friend anymore. Oh no. However, that was one of my favorite things about hanging out with her was that she was very aware about the comedic brain. Like she was able to be like, oh yeah. Like
what happened with you and Nikki?
Nothing really.
Did you date her really?
No. But we would like hang out and I thought we were cool. And then like I was like, hey, you're in LA? And she's like, yeah. I go, you didn't tell me you're in LA? Like, I'd love to see you. And she's like, we already went down this road once before. I was like, what are you breaking up with me as a friend? The fuck kind of world is that? Like if I found out we were in New York at the same time, I'd be like, hey, swing by this alley, let's hang out. Yeah. I wouldn't expect you to be like, yeah, right, bro. I've tried to hang out with you, but like she gave me some bullshit as friends. We've never dated. We were never. It was just such a bullshit move. That's so annoying. I am just doubling down and going, okay, then we're not friends. Yeah. So when I see her in public, I don't talk to her. I don't say hi. Really? She's like, hey, Jeff, and I'm like, we're not friends.
That's a power move. And
I don't care. It's a bullshit move. She pulls this bullshit. She pulled this bullshit on me like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where she like liked me and I didn't like her back. So then she thinks I'm a piece of shit. It's like, no, I just don't like you back.
Because you did that.
What's that?
Like she initiated the.
No, I mean she liked me romantically, and I liked her as like a cool ass funny comedian chick. Yeah. And then like that's not a crime. Men deal with this all the time.
If you don't like it, it's rude. It's rude.
I could name 700 of my guy friends that have been friend zoned. And we are just so good with rejection. That's one thing. You say a lot of bad things about dudes. We're great at rejection. That's why Hollywood's great for us, you know? Yeah. Like if a girl rejects us, we're like, all right, I'll just wait 5 minutes to talk to a new one. But women are so bad at rejection that they fucking spiral about it. They make it their whole worth. Yeah. Have you ever told a girl no to sex? They are rattled for like 3 months. They go,
I wish I had that power.
They go, what do you mean no sex? Every time I offer this, they say yes. And this one didn't. Like, it breaks their brain.
And it makes them want you even more.
Yeah, but also if I'm rejecting the first time, I'm probably gonna reject it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, Nikki pulled some bullshit on me that I didn't really appreciate.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
So can we talk about the accident that happened recently?
The what?
With the
sure,
DUI.
Yeah.
So you were on your way to grab coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I am
write it down real quick. I'm
an alcoholic. I have 36 days sober now.
Let's go.
Thanks, buddy. Feeling good. But I was I drank every single night.
For how long?
But just for fun. I was a very high functioning alcoholic forever, like 20 years. Never affected my life negatively at all. Like I watch sports around 5. This is my day every day.
Okay.
Well, back then and still a little bit now. But 5 o'clock, you watch Monday Night Football, you get your buddies at the bar, you hang out, you meet people, you talk to the bartenders, wherever these places are.
Yeah.
You watch whatever sport's on. You do that. Then comedy time comes around. 7:30, 8, you got to go to comedy. So you go to comedy, you have drinks at comedy, you tell some jokes on stage. And then afterwards, you hang out with the comics, drinking after the show. You meet people from the show, you do whatever, and then hopefully you meet some girls, you go to a different bar. That was my every night since 2008. 2005, sorry. That's a pattern of just all the time. And it's fine. It was like, it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like a big deal. So my ex was like, hey, meet me at 9 a.m. Dude, I haven't been up at 9 a.m. fucking since I was in 7th grade,
Yeah.
So I'm just having a regular night before.
Yeah.
Where I'm partying and drinking with my friends. And I actually, we were at my house and we're all drinking whiskey and having fun. And there's probably 15 people at my house. I've never told the story publicly at least. So we probably have 15 people at my house. And like a little fucking nerd boy, I go, I've got coffee with my ex tomorrow, who I think I'm still in love with. I'm going to go to bed. So I just went to bed at 12:45, 1. While people were still in my house, which happens pretty often. People my house is kind of like the fun comic house. And so that was it. And then I woke up late because I slept through my alarm. I jumped in the cold shower. I put a hat on. I just got in my Tesla, and Teslas are very fast. And so I just lost control of my car and crashed it. This is 9 hours after I went to sleep. It wasn't like I was leaving a bar.
Yeah.
I wasn't hammered. And I'm not downplaying anything. But once I crashed, I was like, fuck. There's probably still some alcohol in my system because it's been, the night before. So then I was like, what do I do? So in the moment, you're a guy, so, and you didn't have any brothers, but if you ever been wrestling around, you break a vase or something?
Yeah.
Your instinct is should we glue it back together? Or
yeah,
should we just get rid of it? Don't tell mom, put something in this. So my instincts, because I don't get in a lot of trouble or anything. I'm not this is my first run-in with the law. I was just fuck, I got to get out of here. So I just ran from the car. I literally ran, and the people were like, are you okay? We called the police. And I'm like, I'm all right, I'm coming right back. Just fucking, I'm just rattled. I need to, because it was just, it all happened so quick. It was a very fast,
moment,
and it's thinking, I'll come back later and grab it. Or maybe if I get some coffee and wait an hour, I won't seem so disheveled, and maybe the alcohol will go through my system a little bit more. Because I knew once I crashed, fuck. They're gonna get me.
Your heart sank.
Yeah, because I didn't think about it on the drive. Maybe I'm driving drunk. You just think it's the next day.
Of course,
it's early in the morning. So that happened, and then they arrested me at a coffee shop in front of my ex, in front of everyone at the coffee shop too. It was wildly humiliating. And
how close was the accident to the coffee?
It was a mile, but I fucking sprinted because I have all this adrenaline going, dude.
And you just left your car there? Was it the airbags deployed and everything?
Oh, everything, dude. It was a crash. Yeah,
it is nuts.
It was nuts. It was literally I was just it all happened in a minute. I was fucking fuck. I can't.
What do you think if you stayed there and they saw it was you? Not that fame would have changed anything.
Yeah.
But if you stayed there with the car and been I lost.
I would have still went to jail. The only difference is that I wouldn't have seen her at the coffee shop, and I wouldn't have ruined maybe my reputation a little bit at that coffee shop.
I'm not allowed to,
because I go to that coffee shop every day, and I was like, can you not do this here in front of everyone? And the cop
don't ruin my dirty try for me.
Shout out to every police officer. I'm a big fan of police, but this guy was half my height and super afraid of me. He's like, wait, you're getting real froggy. I was like, I'm not getting froggy. I'm just saying, can you move? Yeah, whatever. I still don't even know what that means, froggy. But in my mind, I'm like, can we move away from a woman that I thought I loved in the fucking coffee shop that I go to every morning? He's like, whoa, man, take it easy, man. And I was like, just fucking, let's not do this in front of, and he cuffs me right there in front of everyone because I was getting froggy. And then he puts me in the car, and then she comes out, little cunt. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, just fucking, I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was literally the worst day of my life. And then jail is like wildly scary and frightening. And
what
in
was
jail,
that like at 9 in the morning?
well, that wasn't bad because they just put me like in a little
Holding.
detox. But I was already like fine. I'm not really like drunk still.
Yeah.
I mean, legally, I guess I was drunk still, but like you don't feel drunk. You just feel.
After a night out, I drive all the time the
I
next
know.
morning.
I asked the police in the car. I said, how many people do you think you could pull over that have enough alcohol in the system to get a DUI in the mornings? He goes, about half. He goes, we could like just pick a random guy.
It's so fucking
and the
stupid.
odds would be very, very good. And that'd be like a Sunday or like a Monday morning because of the weekend. He goes, but yeah, tons of businessmen. People just go to their work. They go, I'm groggy in the morning. They don't think that they still have alcohol.
Apparently froggy in the morning.
Yeah, real froggy. But also, the whole thing was
I just picture, bro.
mess.
I just picture Talladega Nights when Will Ferrell gets out of the car. He thinks he's on fire.
Yeah.
He crashes and
Bro.
runs off.
It was so. I actually been doing a lot of jokes about it in my act, just like about how
You
like,
have to.
I thought I had to get out, dude. It was scary, man. The car crash is scary. I thought I had to get out of the car. What am I supposed to stay in the car?
The car
They're
was
like,
great.
We found you a mile from the car, and I was like, all right, well, it was a big fire. You know?
God forbid I'm an athlete.
Also, the fact that you think that that's the same car is insane to me. Like, definitely not.
Oh, really?
No, I bought that car the next day. I was no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this car was. I went to the police impound and I go, yeah, I'm here to pick up the Tesla. And he goes, what do you mean pick it up? I go, yeah, just I'll pay whatever the thing is and take it to my mechanic. He goes, you haven't seen it, have you? And I got my stupid little bracelet on. I'm like, no, dude, I've been in the clink. You think I had time to see the car? And he goes, I'll show it to you. And he goes, sit tight. And then he goes around and he walks, some old guy walks me around the lot to the thing. And it is just this mess of metal shit. And that's another deceiving part about Kristin telling the story on her podcast for clicks, which fuck her for. It's not her story to tell.
True.
And also she just said this. She goes, well, it was my experience too. That's why I shared it on the podcast. Interesting. Because, you know, when we were dating, I had a billion experiences with you that I didn't just go share. I had experiences with you that I didn't go tell everyone.
In Mexico and in Florida.
Those were also my experiences when you were fucking off with all these other people. But anyways, but here's the thing. Also, the car looks deceivingly bad because a Tesla is a computer, right? It's not like a regular machine. It's a computer. So when the computer breaks, the power locks don't work, the doors don't work, the screen doesn't work, the lights don't work. It's a big computer. So you can't even open the doors once it breaks. So they have to use this big machine to break all the locks and break all the windows and take the doors off to make sure that, because I left the car, they need to make sure there's not like a kid in there or some, you know, they don't care about my car. They care about making sure no one's in danger in there. And since I left, they had to break all the windows and they had to take all the doors off to see if everyone was okay. So like anyone that saw the pictures she posted and was like, what a fucking psycho. It's like,
She posted photos?
yes, immediately,
Why?
like 2 days, because she's a terrible
Why
person.
she fucking care so much?
She didn't care. She just wanted to tell a story on her podcast.
Fuck her.
I know, it was very terrible, and it hurt my feelings a lot. But what I was gonna say is, but also, like, do you think that, like, I got into a car crash, my doors came off?
Yeah.
It's not a Hot Wheel, like, where, like, oh, look, you crash, all the wheels. It's not a video game. Like, no, they had to tear the doors off.
That is insane. One, but what if you stayed in the car?
Oh, so I would have still been arrested, because they would have just done, the police would do the work. They'd say, wait, so you just lost control? And be like, yeah. And then they'd be like, were you drinking last night? And I'd be like, no. And then they'd be like, do you mind if taking some tests? And I'd be like, no. And they'd be like, why? And I go, oh, well, I just don't want to. And then they'd be like, all right, you're going to blow in this and we're going to find out. Yeah. So it would have been the same. However, if I could do it all over again, I'd obviously wouldn't do any of it. But like, I wouldn't have ran, now that I know she was just like, give zero fucks about telling everyone and publicly shaming me.
Why'd she want to grab coffee?
I asked her to get coffee, but she made it sound like it was like she wanted to. So like she was like, yeah, that'd be great. I'll come. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And she's like, I'd love to have you on my podcast sometime. We talk about relationships. Like I have all these voice memos of her being like super nice to me.
And then when she broken up.
Oh yeah, for years. Point? Yeah, we haven't even seen each other for like 2 years.
Oh
yeah. Oh. This was like just like she was in town and I hit her up. And then because I didn't know she was in town, she just was like, yeah, I'm in LA. And I was like, we should get coffee.
Maybe rekindle.
Oh, well, that's what I was hoping, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not what she was hoping. Never now. Dude,
down the road, like say like 4 years.
I don't think people
realize. Would you be able to forgive her?
I don't think people realize how horrific that made me feel. Like, I don't know if anyone will ever know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, imagine the worst thing that ever happened to you, and strangers are looking at you like at a coffee shop, like that's the guy that fucking. But you know, when I first came back to that coffee shop, Coffee Commissary, I took a little time.
Oh, I love that place. The one in Fairfax?
No, this is the one in Burbank.
Oh, okay.
I went in. You know what the barista said to me? You got a lot of balls coming back in here. I was just like, it's just like to have a thing you're ashamed of and everyone is talking about it. Like, and they're only talking about it because her. I wasn't famous. I was famous enough on my own celebrity to be like in People magazine or whatever, and no one cared. They go, big whoop, you got a DUI. But then she immediately like tells the whole story, makes me sound like a degenerate, and then also like posts photos that I sent to only her of my car. Like she cared not at all about it at all. And then her gay co-host, who I thought was like a friend of mine, also was like, oh my god, like he made you go to Burbank, like suck my dick. I was like, dude, I thought we were friends, bro.
Burbank's great.
Yeah. What are you mad at me for? Keep filling your face. Fucking.
That's insane. I'm sorry, bud.
No, it's all good. It's been for the best. I mean, my life has been infinitely better since.
Yeah, so you're 36 days, no alcohol?
Yep, 36 days, no, as of the recording. By the time this comes out, it'll be a couple months, and I feel amazing, man. I've never felt better.
Really?
I wish I'd have done it sooner.
To be completely honest, I know I'm super young, and everyone says, oh, it's your time to like, but not party, but like, I get guilty. I know I'm better without alcohol.
Then don't
do it.
I
know deep down,
yeah.
I miss auditions sometimes because of alcohol.
Okay.
I'm better at talking to girls when I'm not.
That's a big one, yeah.
So I know what's holding me back.
See, a lot of people need alcohol and like alcohol because like it makes them a little more social. It makes them a little less uneasy, like in group settings or like work environment, like high pressure situations. Not to say work, but like high pressure things that have potential. Excuse me. Then also like talking to girls and or talking to guys. But I'm already good at those things.
Yeah, same.
So why am I drinking? So I can be worse at those things and then also have a terrible day the next day? Like it's not worth it.
Because I can't be productive when I'm
so once I learned I can still go to bars. My comedy's infinitely better and way more professional now that I'm not like
so much
drunk
better.
up there.
Yeah.
So it's like it's only been the positives. And there's other people that might need it. And I don't pressure anyone to quit drinking. I needed to quit drinking for that reason. I've also like gotten in way better shape. It's only been 30 days.
You look good.
Yeah, thanks. I feel good. My skin's better. My hair is growing better. Like literally, like that's poison. I was just poisoning myself every fucking night.
It literally fucking is.
Yeah.
And I view like microdosing shrooms.
Nice.
I like that stuff. And
have you ever
have you heard of Magic Mind?
Dosed?
Have you heard of Magic Mind?
No.
Schwab talks about it in his pod sometimes. It's like a little bottle. It's like a shot of like not psilocybin, but it's lion's mane and nootropics and stuff. You take it every morning, and it's like a steady flow state of energy.
Really?
Yeah. And you take that with your coffee. It's fucking amazing.
It's weird because we've been trying to get Shab to do mushrooms forever. So
I know him and
Callan,
right?
Yeah.
They do Magic Mind because I see the ads sometimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Schwab's shrooms are the best, and there's no hangover.
He would love it.
There's no hangover.
Mushrooms is my favorite thing in the world.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Will you still do those?
I still do. I will still do those. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't do microdosing. I actually make fun of people that microdose.
Well, not microdosing, like taking a little fucking nibble. Like I still do it.
Yeah.
But
well, no, there's nothing wrong with microdosing. It's just kind of funny that young people, they're like, "Look, I'm microdosing." You're like, "Yeah, it's called not doing the drug." Just do the drug.
You want to do it would you do it at a bar?
No, I only.
You want to do it in like a hike, in nature, Joshua Tree, or shit like that. Theme park.
I do mushrooms when I'm with a small circle of people I can trust in a cool place.
That too.
I can't go to like Coachella.
Oh no.
Like I can't believe people do that. Because I'm doing a lot. Let me say, I'll show you the amount that I take.
Do you do the chocolates or the actual?
We just eat them full. Just
tastes like shit.
Tastes terrible.
You have to be in the right setting though. You have to be in the right amount of people.
I really enjoy them, and I think that they've taught me a lot about myself and changed a lot of things in my brain. It's funny. One time we did. Where is it? How much? Oh, here we go. So I once did 7 grams, which is
7 grams. Oh, that's 2 A's.
A lot. And my buddy Tyler always laughs about it. He's like, you came back a different guy. Like that guy's gone now. Like you're a different guy.
It's better. Like sorry, I just blew that vape in your face.
It smelled good though. I was offended and then went,
oh, blueberry minta, nice. Blueberry mojito.
It's really, really tasty.
How do you treat social media and such? Because I noticed you don't follow anyone.
I don't follow anyone.
So does that mean like you're never on it because you have no feed?
Oh, I'm on it. It still sends me things like guessing what I would like.
What happened?
So like it'll still try to guess what I'm into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like,
right?
I'll show you this. Well, it'd be fun to see what yours is actually. So like on this part when you search, like look, it's got baseball
Explore page, okay.
baseball cards, Mortal Kombat stuff. Wrestling. But look, there's no hot chicks.
So wait, time out, go up. Is that the Price is Right?
Yeah, somebody's on. The most chaotic Price is Right contestant.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was Dylan Mulvaney, actually. But yeah, like, because I get triggered when I see hot chicks on social media. It makes me feel a certain
So you don't
way.
want to date. You don't go on dates. Do you hook up with girls?
No, not really. I want like an actual girlfriend.
I do too.
Yeah. And that's my goal, is also like another part of me not following it, another part of me not like engaging in these reindeer games that I used to, is my goal is for my next partner that I could hand them my phone and not feel uncomfortable. That's a big goal, to be able to go, yeah, whatever, look at anything you want, it won't bother me. Because
if you have to do that, it's like breaking trust.
You don't
have to
to
ask
do
in
it.
the first place. Like if a girl's suspicious, it's too late anyways.
True, but I'm offering it up initially to some random girl who I don't even know who's going to be my future partner. But I would like to be able to go, yeah, look at whatever you want. And I think that's the real test. You're not hiding shit. And I'd be like, anything you might find that's going to make you upset was before I knew you, because we don't delete all the old things, but you're never going to find anything of the date that we started, whatever, anything.
Yeah.
So in other words, I don't follow people. It causes a ton of fights.
Yeah.
You with a girl, she's like, why'd you follow that? Why'd you like that? It's like, I'd just rather not deal with it.
If you don't follow anyone, it's a power move, and especially people can't get mad if you don't follow anyone.
Yep.
Let's see my Explore page.
Well, also, like,
that's my ex's
yeah,
profile.
just don't want to.
Oh, here we go. So I got a bunch of guys working out.
Nice. Well, you're a gym guy.
Comedy.
Okay, comedy. It's actually pretty impressive.
Hot girls. Oh, there's your friend.
That's a great set. My favorite Tonight Show set ever was Nikki Glazer's.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's I can do that set verbatim. That's how much I
Really?
like it. Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah, just a lot of comedy and working out.
That's great. See, that's not bad. If you ask my guy friends, it's all chicks.
Really?
Yeah, and then it's like I
just hate it.
chicks
Girls,
they'll never get.
I hate it. And
Yeah.
every girl's like taking a picture of like a doorway in Milan,
Yeah,
like
I
this with
know.
their fucking ass out.
I know.
And then the caption's like never leaving.
I know.
Like, where, the fucking doorway?
Yeah, how'd you get there? Who paid for it?
Yeah, who paid for it? You don't have to geotag. No one knows you're in Milan.
I will say that, like, I know it sounds like I'm being sexist or whatever, but these women need to take a deep look inside that are posting like that about what the fuck's going on. Also, they're potentially losing a lot of great guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Because good guys are looking at that and going, I'm not interested at all. This is not only intimidating, but it's also embarrassing. And
See, I'm kind of interested.
And
I'm kind of interested.
Well, but here's the thing, because they're very hot and they do
Yeah.
seem like they've got, like some success or some power or some money or whatever. But then you're gonna go, but I don't want to be with a woman who posts like this.
I don't want them to raise my kid.
Is she just gonna stop posting like that because you're together? Doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
so
Leo fucking messages them,
let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he is, he's not. You don't care about him. It's not like he's like, hey, I think I'm ready to settle down with you.
Yeah. So what's next for you?
I noticed you had 9 million photos of your tits. You seem really deep.
What's next for Jeff Dye?
I'm working on my hour right now. That's gonna be great. It's called The Last Cowboy in LA.
Ooh.
And I don't know where we're shooting it in Nashville pretty soon, but I don't know where it's going to go up at. And we got a little bit of, we have a few people that want it, but we're obviously gonna try and find the best place for it. So I don't know if that's gonna land, might end up on YouTube, could end up in some other great place.
What's your favorite place to perform in LA?
Good question. Probably Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah.
The
I think
Laugh
the
Factory?
and the store is
It's a
great,
good
but I'm
room.
not in at the store.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm only at the store like once a week, maybe. And I'm not a paid regular or past or anything, so it's like a weird place for me to promote. But
Yeah.
I do
Mark
like it.
Hayes thankfully lets me host the shows a lot of stuff. And that's
Yeah,
how-
you've been great. Yeah, it's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Mark's a great guy.
Mark's funny.
He might be getting sober soon. We'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's been texting me about it like he's curious.
Yeah. Where do you work out?
I do a rotation, so I'm gonna go from here to Hot 8 yoga. I love Hot 8 yoga.
Yeah.
And then when I want to do yoga, I do core power if there's no times available.
So you do a
at
lot of
Hot
yoga?
8. Yeah, and then I love F45, and then I work out at Equinox.
Okay, cool.
But I
go
just
to
kind of
Equinox too.
rotate
Let's
them.
hit a workout.
Yeah, do you know all the locations?
No, I got Hollywood. And I could go to any location, but I just go to
Nice.
Hollywood. The West Hollywood one is too many fucking gay dudes in the locker room.
Really?
Yeah.
I once worked at a 24-hour fitness in Seattle where dudes would fuck in the shower.
Oh yeah, in the steam room. It's a fucking brothel.
But that's insane.
It's a brothel.
How's that legal? I would hear, like, here's the thing. I've came to terms that gay guys are going to be in the same locker room as me. Like, I've just had to come to terms with that. You know, because there is no real solution for it. It's not like, you know, you go like, well, I'm gay, I need to be in the gay like locker room, like, because you could just lie. So I'm just like, fuck it, they're gonna see me naked, whatever. But when I heard like wet slapping and them like fucking each other, I go, that's against the rules for sure. I couldn't believe it. It was wild, but that happens at the Equinox in
West Hollywood. Yeah,
that's
bro.
crazy, dude.
It's nuts.
They must love their membership. They should have to pay a bunch.
They do. Yeah.
It should be like $2,000 a month. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna treat this like a cool sex club,
and it's like a fashion show. But I do like.
I should be able to bring girls in there.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you guys mad about? Come on, you do it.
But yeah, bro, I'd love to fucking take some shrooms. Fucking.
Let's do it,
to the
man.
workout.
Anytime.
Sweet.
You got a lot of patrons.
I love big Boston sports guy, but I took too much of your time. I want to thank you for coming on Smoochie.
Thanks for having me.
Anyone, where can we find you? You're not going to follow them, but
I won't follow them, but they can follow me. JeffDye.com, and all my dates are on there. I'm somewhere every single weekend, so come to that. And then if you want to see any of my podcasts, just follow me on socials at JeffDye. Pretty easy to find all that.
Let's go. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks for having me, man.
Until next up, Smoochie. See you later, guys.